Welcome to Garbage Songs.
That's it. Welcome to Garbage Songs.
It's a show called Garbage Songs in which we write garbage songs that explains itself.
Maybe you're a first-time viewer. Maybe you're a second-time viewer. Maybe
because you just love trash.
Maybe you're a third or fourth-time viewer. Oh, we caught you. You're a liar. You can't be a fourth-time viewer. This is just the third Garbage Songs ever.
That was a very trick question.
Get out of our stream.
I didn't see that question. I actually got that question wrong.
But if you're a first-time viewer, every week we improvise songs based on your suggestions, and then one of them, the one you vote on, gets to grow up and be a real music video.
Yeah, that's true. And thanks to everybody who just came over from our premiere. Last week we streamed, and a song was chosen about millennials killing everything, which I think we can all agree is true. Millennials, as a generation, you just lump them all together, and they've basically ruined all of society. Old people would agree with that. Millennials would agree with that. They really put their foot in everything.
They killed industries and then also people. So you guys suggested it, and it got a lot of votes, and then we made it this week. So I think that's on Schmo if you want to see it after this, if you didn't see it yet.
That video is out fresh right now. Millennials are killing everything, and you can learn a lot from that video.
So yeah, just start dropping suggestions our way, and we're going to make 4 garbage songs. Then you can vote on the ones you like, and we can make one of them. Now, one thing I should mention that we didn't mention before, because I think it's brand new, is that we just turned on this thing that might still be beta, but it's called memberships. It's kind of like Patreon, but on YouTube. And it's like next to the subscribe button, and if you join, then we just send all the songs and the karaoke instrumentals and like some other special stuff. If you want that kind of thing, and you get emotes of like their faces and Sarah's face and stuff like that.
It's way cheaper than actually buying the songs. One other thing that we think we have set up for this week is that if you super chat us, you are going to turn on disco lights in this video.
That definitely worked last week.
It worked last week, but kind of subpar because of, honestly, where I put the disco ball. The disco ball was basically behind my butt, and we're hoping that this week we will have overcome the technical difficulties brought forth by my own butt and see the disco lights a little bit more strong.
That was if you were around in the 70s, right at the top of the disco owner's manual was don't put the disco ball under your butt.
Yeah,
and
that's why they put the disco
test.
lights on the ceiling.
That's why you put the disco lights on the ceiling.
Because then
it's easier to see them.
It's not underneath anyone's butt.
Now, hopefully next time we'll have the bubble machine working. It's not working yet, but have no fear. It will be soon. Wearing this panda suit was perhaps too hot of an idea. It is very toasty in here. But I saw an astute commenter mention that we have become a furry since the first garbage song that was about becoming a furry because everything on the internet is sexy. Even Bowser.
Wow, hey! There it was.
There it is. There's the disco lights.
Joe Hills, TSD. Thank you. And sorry, sorry that didn't result in bubbles. Next time, it should. It wasn't working like right before this, and we didn't want to. We knew it was going to take 5 hours for us to be like doing surgery on a bubble machine, and we assumed that would be a bad idea.
Yeah. I'm taking night classes to become a bubble machine engineer, and I think I should have it going by next week.
Yeah, that takes at least like 10 courses before you are an expert.
Okay, seeing some great suggestions here in the comments. We'll get it kicked off with our first garbage song. One popular suggestion is boofing.
We got a farting earth song, a flat earth song. I think those are unrelated, but I'm not sure.
Let's see. Flat Earth.
Flat Earth and moon landing, those are sort of, are they related? I guess they're both conspiracies.
In the sense that they're both conspiracy
I would say they're related because if you landed on the moon, you could probably confirm whether the Earth is flat or not.
Uh-huh.
But...
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because then you can see
But
it.
if the moon landing was faked, then no one would know.
I saw a suggestion for herpes, always a great and hilarious suggestion.
What a riot.
Yeah, it's just a riot, as anyone could say.
Let's see, flat earth believers would be hilarious. What do you guys think about flat earth?
That's also been, not only has it been like a long-running conspiracy theory since forever, but it's also become a big meme lately. I don't know why it picked up in the memosphere, but it has.
You mean just people who are flat earthers in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the whole concept, and yeah, just a flat eartherism. I feel like it picked up this year.
Kyrie Irving said the Earth was flat. Although I think just in the last week he apologized and said he was sorry he'd ever said the Earth was flat.
Well, it sort of has derailed his career. I'll tell you, I'm happy to try our hand at a song about flat Earth, but I just want to say at the outset, in no way do we endorse flat Earthism. It's for dummies. The Earth is round unequivocally, and if you clip out this video, include that disclaimer, right? You know what I'm saying?
Evan's worried that the satire is going to be too thick, and everyone's going to think we're flat earthers.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
You know, when you lay it on too thick.
Because if I come up with too many great flat Earth lyrics, people will think that I'm a big flat earther, and I'll become the new face. After Kyrie Irving's retiring, I'll become the new face of the flat Earth movement against my will.
I didn't watch the interviews with Kyrie Irving where he said the Earth was flat. Maybe he was saying, hey, please don't say that I actually said this, but many people believe the Earth is flat. And that interview was clipped up, and I just saw the clickbait headlines.
What if my mom started posting tweets about, this is my son. He graduated #1 from a school, and he knows that the Earth is flat. Hashtag flat Earth. We are a movement. Right? And I was just a flat earther against my will.
As we learned, that's possible. Be appropriated by your parents for their own vision. We see Pokemon, Trump. You know, we have lots of songs about some of these things that are like in Songify This. Although we haven't improv a song about it. There is a preacher giving a whole sermon about Pokemon power that is on our channel right now. Because as you know, Pokemon will condemn you.
Guys, I'm spinning up a beat.
All right, let's do this.
What if we were maybe like just try it in the key of G? Something serious.
Let's slow it down a little bit. I got you. Sorry about that. There we go. Slow tempo. We gotta have room to breathe.
Ever since I was a little baby boy, sitting on my mama's knee, playing with my little baby toys, I looked out on that beautiful horizon, and I said, you know what is clear to me, that all my teachers are lying. There ain't no way that the earth is round, there's no roundness here to be found. The earth is flat, and I can see that no one could be righter than me. No one could be righter than me.
Let's take it to a chorus.
All right.
Oh, about a round earth, I'm not a believer. All those people at NASA are sitting around playing Minesweeper. They're just sitting around collecting money for their lies, for the sole purpose of having fun, because they know we can't believe our eyes. Oh,
I felt it.
the earth is flat. Ooh, the earth is flat. And I'll always believe that.
No matter how many equations you show me,
I'm a believer. Yeah. Stop paying those scientists to play Minesweeper. Minesweeper. Remember, you can chat us rhymes or verse ideas, and we can throw them in.
See a couple suggestions out in there.
Yeah, I like that suggestion. That
Mr.
is.
Fudge decided we should have a key change to a flat key because the earth is flat. I'm open to it. It's sort of esoteric. Well, let's try it. Here we go. G flat.
Whoa!
Wow. This sounds much, much flatter, I will say.
Wow. That really hit me. I'm starting to be convinced.
I guess what it made me think of is, what else would a flat earther believe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no way that gravity exists. There's just glue on the floor. I can't even believe this. There's no way that two masses would attract each other. It's just little planets trying to go home to sun their mother.
We know there's no way a force like gravity is pushing us down. No, it's some invisible ghosts that are using their muscles to keep us down.
But wouldn't we know that all this was true if we went up to the moon? Well, that was fake too.
That was also invisible ghosts. I guess all ghosts are supposed to be invisible, sort of.
Neil Armstrong, Galileo, and Einstein. They're Illuminati, and they're just trying to control your minds.
Buzz Aldrin, oh, what a dolt. Think he got hit in the head with a chocolate lightning bolt. I don't know, that chocolate lightning bolts, those exist in a world where the earth is flat. I've decided everything is fantasy.
Okay.
Let's finish it, guys.
The earth is flat.
Thanks for the help on that one, guys.
Thank you.
I saw a couple tasty.
Or
The
it
earth is not flat, it's fat
could
rhymes.
be a rhombus.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one coming. I guess if the Earth is flat, it still has to be some shape. Like, is it a disc, or some sort of
pancake.
sort
Yeah,
of
if
rhomboid?
people think it's flat, then like what's on the other side? Because it has to be like the shape of a coin, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, just probably tons of stalactites hanging down. I would.
Have
think.
we never been to that side? Or do you walk around to that side at some point on the Earth and we just don't know where that is?
Well, let's say you believe in flat Earth, but you don't believe in a round Earth, but you do believe in gravity. Well, then gravity would be on the other side. If you walk around to the other side, you just fall down to infinity.
wow.
I think below the Earth is a bottomless pit. Presumably.
Honestly, the physics of this world you're describing to me are more difficult for me to comprehend than the physics I've learned about our solar system.
Exactly.
And those are pretty complicated.
That's what's so great and dumb about flat earthers.
Who was the rapper that was the first flat earther, Michael? Not the first flat earther, but it was
B.O.B.,
B.O.B., right? Okay.
There's this famous picture you guys could Google that I think it's B.O.B. who has some great music. He was like in New Jersey and he just had a picture of him with like the New York skyline way in the background. I think it was New Jersey. I could be wrong, but he said something like, "If the Earth is round, how can I see those buildings way behind me?" You know, they're like whatever, 50 miles away, or I can't remember the exact text, but the idea was, wouldn't the buildings be around the world?
How can you see them? It's
The
a great
most
question.
amazing thing is
My
if you go to
answer
the
is with
beach,
your
you
eyes.
actually can see the curvature of the Earth with your naked eye. So it's like, just go to the beach.
Yeah,
dude.
if you're on a plane, and that's what amazes me about Kyrie Irving or B.O.B. If you're traveling a lot to shows or like games, you're just like on a plane a lot, and you can actually see the Earth being round. But that's my issue. Besides all the
Okay,
other
let's see.
things.
That
I
guy,
saw a great suggestion, guys,
which is what?
which is ghosts are getting bigger.
Ghosts are getting bigger. Yeah, that is a great suggestion.
That's really funny to me.
That's a good suggestion.
I don't know who it was because it's up there in the chat a little bit.
Shout out to PGA Gum for hitting
If
us
you
with
said
those
that ghosts
disco
are getting
lights. I appreciate
bigger,
that.
let us know who you were because I thought that was really funny.
Well,
shout us out.
let's talk about that because if ghosts are getting bigger, what does that mean for us? We're staying the same size, but are ghosts dead people? I guess. And in that
they
case,
keep
why?
growing?
In that case, why aren't they people size? I'm just exploring this.
Do they have Marfan syndrome?
I mean, my hot take on it is that they're just still growing after they die, so that you're alive for an infinite amount of time as a ghost, and you just keep getting bigger.
I think it might be because we are less easily scared, and ghosts got to try some new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I also
Ghosts be
want to know,
messing.
now, are they growing at an even rate across their body, or is it more of a thing like, you know, when you get old, your cartilage keeps growing, so your ears get bigger, your nose gets bigger, but you remain the same size, or, you know, roughly. Do ghosts just get like huge floppy ears?
They would
Or
be
are they-
bigger volumetrically.
Yeah, there's more material there. Maybe their fingernails are long. I don't know. This is just an open question. I don't know the answer.
The other thing I think about when I think about ghosts getting bigger is not just each personal ghost is getting physically bigger, but just the population of ghosts at large is exploding. There's 7 billion people on Earth. In 20 years, 1 billion of those people are going to be dead.
Wow.
We're going to have 1 billion more ghosts in 20 years.
That's something I never understood about ghosts and like allegedly haunted things, is because there would be so many dead people in the world, especially not in America, because America's relatively new. Like if you're walking around like an old house in Denmark, why wouldn't there be like 1,000 ghosts bumping into you? You know, why is it like this is haunted by one person? Why one person? It should be 1,000 people. Is that an alpha ghost that like kicked out all the other ghosts?
By the way, I saw that this suggestion is from Aidenman227. So shout out to Aidenman227 for coming up with this great suggestion.
And I wanted to give an answer to someone who asked, what does the snail to PGA gum? What does the snail on top of the turtle say? I don't even know the answer to that. Do you guys know? Is there a snail behind us?
What's the snail?
A hidden snail?
No, I thought it was just a figure.
I think
it's
it's
sort
a
of like an
riddle.
Aesop's fable.
I think it's a
a
riddle
riddle.
or a joke. Is it a joke? I would say
what does
the snail on top of the turtle, he says, hey, slow down.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. Well, put on the
Like he's
put
on
on the brakes.
I'm imagining
Theo.
it's like a taxi. He's on a taxi, a turtle taxi. And he's saying, hey, slow down.
I got you. I totally thought it was something in the background that I just like didn't know was there. Oh, thanks, Scoreboard. Scoreboard, for some reason, has been watching the Philippines a lot lately. I do not know why. If you're from the Philippines, let us know. Shout out to Manila.
Yeah, what's going on in the Philippines?
They're getting
that
inspired by Scoreboard, apparently.
Okay, we got to figure out this whole situation with ghosts. We got a few
Okay.
ideas going
Right.
here.
Okay.
Let's hear it, bro.
Ghosts are getting bigger. It really makes me shiver to think of their translucent, invisible skin right next to my own. Ghosts are getting larger. Okay, we'll take this back around. I gotta think of a good rhyme for it. If you can think of a rhyme for larger, throw it out in the chat.
Or any rhymes. Hit us
Any
with a whole
rhymes.
couplet,
Yeah.
a whole quatrain.
I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Okay. Ghosts are getting larger, I guess. The thing that scares me most is, are their ears now dragging in my toes? It seems that their cartilage would never stop growing. I wonder what happens to their noses. Yeah, I've had a ghost trying to come and harm me every day, but I wasn't scared. I just wonder how much does his nose weigh. I told him, hey ghost, why do you have such big ears? I'm just so curious that I have nothing to fear. I'm like a scientist, I find this so interesting. How do you keep getting bigger after death, man? The rhymes were flowing until the end.
I was feeling it, man.
Hit me with a rhyme with interesting.
I was really feeling it.
Interesting. If I take a picture of you, I'll definitely be Pinteresting.
But
You
that's
rhymed
not
in-
true. I would never do that. I would never Pinterest.
we're not
Then we're lying.
What do you
We're
think I
lying.
am? Michelle Obama's 2011 White House?
Herman was a ghost who lived in my bathtub for many years.
So many years.
Now I can't fit in my shower and I'm covered in dirt and tears.
So many tears.
Oh Herman, why are you getting bigger? Why won't you let me in to pee?
I've really
Oh, Herman, why are you getting larger? You're making a big problem for me.
But when I talked to Herman, it just turned out that he was scared of all the other super, super large ghosts. They were taking over there and there. There's almost no room if you're a ghost anywhere on this green round earth. Where will a ghost go to die with this increased ghost girth? The obesity epidemic has spread to the afterlife.
But just for noses.
Yay! Obese noses. We can't be scared because we're distracted by your nose hairs.
Oof.
Thanks, guys. Man, that really made me contemplate a lot of things.
You really went on a
important
rhyme tear,
issues.
Michael. Was that just like out of your freestyle, like the back of your mind, or were those out of the comments? That was amazing.
It was just a tear. You know, sometimes it just hits you. It fell off on interesting. We always find license, obviously, if you've seen the videos, to revise these and make them better. So if you hit us in the chat now with like even better like revisions to what we were singing, they could make it in. Like when my quatrain was going really good, like I was like, I'm a scientist and I find this interesting. And then I kind of fell off. I got weak.
You can come up with a rhyme that Michael likes better than Pinterest.
You can ghostwrite me. Who's a rapper with a ghostwriter?
So
like
just,
if T.I. is like, or whoever, Eminem would never ghostwriter.
So just to remind you guys what we're doing here today on Garbage Songs, our third ever Garbage Songs, is we're going to improvise 4 songs. We're halfway done. We've improvised a song about flat Earth and a song about ghosts getting bigger. And at the end of this stream, you guys are going to vote on one song, and we're going to make that song into a music video. That's Garbage Songs.
And it's up to you to help us out and make it good. Unless you want it to be terrible, then help us make it terrible, bad.
Wow. A twist, and then we'll throw it right in the trash.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of good stuff. Drunken dwarfs getting sober, train crashes.
Government taking away lobsters.
Mark Ruffalo spoiling
everything.
everything.
Okay.
Is that a thing? Has he spoiled a lot of stuff?
I've seen memes about
Casper.
the only Ruffalo meme I can think of is the one where like he forgets that he's famous, and it's just like he's in a bunch of pictures with other celebrities, and he's always like,
Oh yeah, he's always amazed. But
Yeah.
it sounds like this must stem from truth. Like maybe in an interview he accidentally gave away something with his tone. I don't know. Let us know about that if that's a thing.
I feel like there was a meme, like it was an older meme when Infinity Wars came out, that people looked back at an interview he'd done like a year ago, and he actually spoiled the end of Infinity Wars, but then he like pretended he was joking, and like you can see all of his co-stars going like, and then just like pretending like nothing happened.
Yeah.
But if you'd been paying attention during the interview, it would have been like,
that's gotta be such a
that's the
risk.
end.
You're doing all those interviews,
Yeah,
and
so
stuff
many
like that.
Yeah,
It's
you guys
gonna
got to
leak
read
out.
about back before anyone cared about spoilers. Like the guy who was in the Darth Vader suit, just giving people huge clues about Darth Vader's identity. But back then, nobody like cared and obsessed over these things. So
Okay, I see the sun is colder in the winter. That I feel like is more of a.
That's
I feel
really
like that's
akin
kind of
to-
an astronomy issue. So maybe we can't do that because we already did flat Earth, but we could work that into flat Earth if we end up voting on that. You know,
the
that'd be another-
Iran-Contra affair, a very important issue. I'm sure that would be light and funny. Voodoo walk, tacos, ventriloquism. I like the broad spectrum of suggestions
Oh,
here.
I like this. How you fell in love with the piano. Just the act of falling in love with the piano. Mm-hmm. You know, you saw the piano across the room.
Yeah.
You bought it a drink, but then the bartender was like, "Hey, no drinks on the piano."
Okay, dolphins. Dolphins are just hilarious. Just
Dolphins have come up a lot. I feel like is there
their
some
existence.
kind of like dolphin meme or trend that's happening right now that I'm not aware of?
yeah, if there's a dolphin current thing, I think it's just evergreen. You know, they're like the evergreen tree of being a hilarious subject. No matter when you see a dolphin, they'll make you chortle, chuckle, giggle, guffaw, the whole 9 yards.
Diet water. Aliens are stalkers.
Someone said moth and lamp. I think we did that one last week. It was truly a great love story.
We did take a stab at Moth and Lamp falling in love last week. Let's see. What monkeys in restaurants and dolphins taking the PSAT, I think, are pretty good.
Robot stealing your girlfriend? I mean, think about all the things that a robot could do that you couldn't.
Yeah.
That is inevitable. I mean, it's just around the corner, if not already happening.
The robot would always be on time.
I think it's possible that robots could be on Tinder right now. We don't even know it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're running people's Tinder profiles for them, right? There's got to be an app that runs your Tinder profile for
Right.
you to maximize your Tinder
Well,
performance.
what's to
right?
stop them from generating a CG Michaela profile or whatever, and then you swipe right on that, and then they meet you for a date, and they're just like an image on a TV screen, but you're not that disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the movie Her. Right? That was just an OS, right?
Yeah.
But it's totally possible to
She
love your
tells you
OS.
he's not the guy. He's the guy you don't have to worry about. She just works with him. He's just the guy from work.
Yeah, just her Google Assistant. It's just Alexa. It's only my Alexa.
Should we try some ideas about robot romances? Robots stealing our girlfriends? Robots stealing our dolphins?
Dolphin robots.
Yeah.
I think those are all good possibilities. It's talking about the friend zone. You could be friend zoned by a robot, or friend zoned because of a robot. There are also people suggesting Xbox users not getting a good game. They're like, hey, I spent hundreds of dollars on this very complicated machine that gives me joy, and then the thing is not even on the thing, and I can't do the thing with it.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the thought process of that. I'm sure that's happened to you guys.
I follow you. Let me spin up this. Let's get this one going with a little bit of beat.
All right, let's do it. Garbage song number 3.
What if it was something a little more?
Okay, so let's go in the dolphin direction. How about that? And just see where we go. Just to talk it out, start hitting us with your ideas about dolphins. Any rhymes about dolphins, what they do, what they think, how they're cute.
Yeah.
What I'm really thinking about is just being a person that is obsessed. You know how you can be just obsessed with trains, or obsessed with cheese, or obsessed with dolphins, or anything unreasonably, and you go into these phases where you're just addicted to thinking about whatever, the IMDb page for Home Alone 2 or dolphins. That's really on my mind regarding these cute, hilarious creatures. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna comment on the top. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know, but I've been told by people both young and old, dolphins are the greatest creature. They got all the cutest features. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with dolphins, and I just wanna go and hug all them. Woo!
You aren't interested in blowholes. Oh, hell no. You ain't like a dolphin's fin. What you been smoking?
Dolphins are the most intelligent, and they're also adorable specimens. Dolphins are so very smart, and watch them jump, it's like watching art. I'm obsessed. Oh, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with dolphins, and I wanna go and hug all of them. Keep them coming. Thanks for the intelligent specimen rhyme. That was really good. But I'm afraid my obsession with dolphins is gonna put me in a coffin. I read about them all day. I don't eat food and water. I gotta say I'm obsessed, and it's unhealthy. I'm obsessed, and I'm never gonna be wealthy, 'cause I can't hold a job. And I become a slob, 'cause I'm reading about dolphins eating Cheetos and Hannah butter, and I never mop my room.
You know I found my purpose the first time I looked at a porpoise.
Yeah, go again. I don't know, but I've been told by both the young and the old, I'm obsessed with the dolphins. I wanna go hug all them. Oh, they're so intelligent, and they're the most lovely and cute specimens. Woo. It's really hard to like improv triplet rap. Well, you gotta do the triplet rap or else it's not trap. It doesn't count. Give us more triplet rap rhymes. We gotta try it again. They're the most intelligent and the cute specimens. I don't know, but I've been told by both the young and the old, dolphins are the best creatures.
Dolphin stole my girlfriend. She didn't like my aquatic marine mammal friend. My girlfriend left me for a dolphin. He ain't my friend no more. So now I'm going out with a robot. I like those curves that robot got. Couldn't be more different than a dolphin.
What a twist.
There's nothing more different than a dolphin than a robot. They can't go in the water. No. They don't squeak. They don't do tricks. They don't eat fish. No, robots don't do that.
Are you guys team robot or team dolphin? I honestly don't know. It depends on how much a robot can emulate a dolphin.
That mammal's so marine, it just triggers my dopamine. I don't know why the EPA tells me I can't keep them as a pet.
Man, it's hard for me to gauge these in my head. It looks pretty even between robot and dolphin. We'd have to have a real vote. Team Rubat. Let's bring it around with one more chorus and then close it. Oh, I don't know, but I've been told by both the young and old, dolphins are the greatest creatures. They got the most adorable features. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with dolphins, and I wanna run around and hug all of them. I'm obsessed. Woo.
Wow,
That-
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, same. I mean, that just came from the heart because I didn't have to make anything up. I really am obsessed with dolphins. Who wouldn't
I didn't know
be?
that about you, Michael. You seem pretty obsessed with dolphins.
Yeah.
They're the most intelligent specimens, to be sure.
Yeah, come on, who isn't? And they always look like they're smiling and having fun. Maybe that's not true. They're just good at faking it. Maybe they're like the only other animals that can really act. They're just like smiling at you, but they're like, I hate you, I hate you. You know, I'm gonna do a fun flip and laugh and make a cool noise, but I hate you. That would be really twisted. I think they're probably actually happy. Unless they're trapped in SeaWorld or something. All right, that was number 3, so we got time for one more garbage song. Let's bring it out with something good. You know, we've had sea creatures, we've had conspiracy theories about flat Earth and gravity not existing. We have had, that's pretty broad already.
This suggestion from It's Moon XO, vegetable oil versus sunflower oil, is just so dumb.
Oh, wow.
That's a true garbage suggestion, and that's why I like it. It's just so dumb. I really love it.
Climate change
Vegetable
is fake.
oil. First the sunflower oil. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on vegetable oil, son.
Same. It gets me really passionate, almost as passionate as dolphins.
The great thing about that suggestion is it would also work great as an epic rap battle of history.
Yeah, or just an epic rap battle of culinary exploits.
I'm afraid the climate change one would be too close to flat earthing, because they would both just be talking about like weird theories.
Yeah, problem is flat Earth is fake. Climate change is real.
Yeah. Flat Earthers versus llamas. We got Grand Theft Auto, another video game one. We had the video game idea for lost and forgotten Xbox users.
We've got cycling on the sun. We've got Harry Potter can't do math. I like that idea of just like all of the Harry Potter students just being incompetent. Like after Voldemort is defeated, they try to go out into the normal workforce.
Wow.
And just don't have the skills to get a job.
They all go broke, and they're like, you know, when people are like in a major league sport and then they're suddenly broke. You know, the only problem is that Warner Brothers would immediately claim this video and the stream would just die. We would all be just deleted from existence as soon as we're like, Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I think that's what happens with the strike system, right?
Warner Brothers sends an assassin to your house.
Who graduated
He's
from
just like-
Hogwarts? It turns out that if you graduate from Hogwarts, you have a very particular set of skills.
He flies in the door and is like, Expelliarmus! But yeah, I do like the idea of Harry Potter protagonists are just bad at everything else because they just learned how to do, you know, make people catch on fire instead of do quadratic equations. Or even useful things. Like
Yeah, well, quadraticus.
Quadraticus!
Done. That's a 5 on the AP test.
Foil!
Kaboom.
Lava hot coffee at a job. I like the idea of coffee never being the right temperature, that like it's way, way, way too hot. And then when you finally go back to start drinking it 15 minutes later, it's like a little too cold.
Hey, disco light!
Thanks for hitting us with those disco lights.
A drug
Mobbing
dealer
nerd.
that thinks...
A drug dealer that thinks he's a cop.
Is that like or maybe he's a cop that's so deep undercover that he really thinks he's a drug dealer. He's like 10 years in.
He forgets. Like an undercover cop with amnesia or dementia.
Yeah. That's a hard
like-
song to sing if the drug dealer doesn't even know that he's a cop, or vice versa.
Yeah.
It's hard to get in his head.
Yeah, it's more of the plot of an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
I've got a
Right.
ditty for that.
Yeah.
The drug dealer is a cop, drug dealer is a cop. He doesn't know whether to shoot or whether he should get shot. He's like, bam, bing, boom, bomb. It's my little ditty. I call that a songlet.
Yep, it's a songlet.
That's a real word, by the way, songlet.
Songlet.
Like a little song.
The name of that songlet was Drug Dealer Cop Bing Bong.
That would be G, right?
Bing Bong.
Drug dealer is a cop, drug dealer is a cop. Doesn't know whether to shoot or whether he should get shot. Oh. Modern milk. Oh man, what is the modern milkman?
What is
That's my
the?
question to you, Mr. Bananas.
I point you to our video Milk Thug to find out about the modern milk thug.
Is that asking about like a modern metaphorical milkman? Like what is the milkman of 2018 that is about to not exist? Or a literal
As
modern
I've seen
milkman?
I've seen this one coming in a couple times. Handshake fails. What does that mean to you guys? Handshake fails.
Oh, you know, like this. Like a cringe moment where you're like,
Ow! Oh! Oh! I think I broke my knuckle.
yeah. Or
That
yeah,
really was a handshake fail. That was bad.
it could be handshake fails could happen for a variety of reasons. Like say you're like interacting with someone over here and I come in and I'm like, hey Evan, and I start to shake your hand, but you don't see me, so I start to give up right when you see me and reach for me, and then I'm like this,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
That's sort of
and then I
about
grab it.
ineptitude. I tell you, my favorite type of bad handshake is the dead fish. That's not necessarily that someone did it wrong. It's just their whole approach. They came in too soft. It feels like you're shaking a dead fish, you know?
I love
When
the
you
dead
shake.
fish.
Well, you like giving the dead fish.
It's hilarious.
You don't like to
wanna
get
watch
the dead
people's
fish.
reaction.
Nobody likes to get the dead fish. If you get surprised by a dead fish, it gives you like ASMR in a bad way. It makes you gag.
You shake their hand and they're just like this, and you're like, ugh. It feels like I'm holding like a dead possum or something.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like I'm paranoid to do it because then to someone I don't know, because then it's like, oh, do they think I'm just like giving them a weird, weak handshake and unaware? Or do they know I'm just like doing a goof on them?
Yeah.
Well, but then it seems to take away the impact if I just give them the dead fish And then I'm like, that was a goof.
Yeah, if you're getting revenge, like you see some, hooligan beating up an old lady in the street and they steal her purse and you walk up to him and you're like, hey, nice to meet you. And you just give him the dead fish as punishment just to get back at him.
Yeah, if you do it to your friend, they know you're goofing. Andrew's the one that speaks French to whoever was asking.
Yeah. Oh.
I saw another suggestion. I don't know if we're in on the handfish. A suggestion for gnomes stealing your toilet paper at night.
Gnomes stealing your toilet paper at night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that, like, when you live with a roommate, you think like, oh man, why do my roommates keep using all my ice cubes and not making new ice cubes?
Yeah.
And then you start living by yourself, and you're like, I'm the one who didn't make ice cubes.
It was me the whole time.
Yeah, it was gnomes. It was gnomes the whole time.
Yeah, then you realize it was gnomes.
Yeah. You want to sing a verse about ice cubes, toilet paper? And get a little gnomey?
Anything catching your eye, Michael? The gnomes, should we
I
hold
mean,
out?
Dead fish are also funny to me. Are dead fish funny to you guys? Handshake fail. It could be like super broad, and a dead fish is just one subcategory of handshake fails. The most obvious handshake fail is when someone's doing like this, like the ball and socket fist bump handshake.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the
Hey,
super
thanks,
chat,
Dave.
Dave. This disco light's for you.
Thanks, pal. Quiet talkers.
Next week we'll have the bubble machine. Quiet talkers.
You know, there's only one way to shame quiet talkers,
Like,
and that is to give them the dead fish.
you're like at a party. You're at a party that's fairly loud, moderately loud, and they're like, hey, Evan, how's it going? And then you gotta be like up in their face. You gotta do that. I hate doing the thing at like a party or a gathering when you have to put your ear in their mouth.
Yeah.
But I also feel guilty of this because
I think Michael's just describing like talking loud to someone because the music's on loud. But just imagine that Michael just
also
put his lips on somebody's ear. Just imagine.
But if they were quiet, you got to put your ear on their mouth. But I feel somewhat guilty because at parties, like if you have a low voice, you're really screwed at parties because you have to talk like more loud to cut through.
So what if I just saw, someone following up on the dead fish idea with just in all caps, double dead fish handshake. If we could get that at the top of the chorus.
Double dead fish.
Double dead fish handshake.
Okay, and how about
and
that's
the first verse could be leading up to, it's your arch nemesis. You see him at a party, your arch nemesis. He's done all these terrible things to you. He's stolen your girlfriend. He burned down your house. He's the worst person in the world, but you get him back, even worse than he ever got you, because you see him in the post office, and you give him a double dead fish handshake.
Yeah.
This is also this is specific, and I like this. But let's also think about a huge umbrella of how you are ruined by a handshake fail, like how that gives you anxiety for like 3 weeks straight or years. Just thinking back to the 7th grade when you thought you were going to hit it off with that girl or guy, and then you can never talk to them again because the memory of your first handshake haunted you. So those are the two possibilities: are purposely doing the bad handshake, but then also being the victim and doing it by accident and having your week ruined / life.
Okay. You want to start with the anxiety first,
Okay.
and we'll lead into
right.
the double dead fish handshake.
I was thinking about maybe spinning this up in like a little loop. If it
Okay,
went
let's start a loop.
Yeah, and then we could.
You're welcome, MA. Remember to keep it going. Keep giving us rhymes as we go.
Any suggestions
the
about
top
double
right
dead
now.
fish handshakes?
That's a good one. Keep them coming. Oh, we got it. This is a legit loop. It's gonna be like one of those loop machine concerts when it's just like one dude and he becomes an orchestra. All right. Let's kick it off. Keep those rhymes coming. I gotta tell you, everything was going great, and I was having the perfect day. But then I saw my classmate Dave, and all the good feelings went away. 'Cause I gave the dead fish, it was an accident. The dead fish, how was this happening? I gave the dead fish, it's ruined my life. I'm gonna think about this moment all the time. Ooh. I'm sorry, Dave, I wasn't thinking.
Flash forward 2008 or 9, I saw Steve, the guy who ruined my whole life. He stole my girl, he stole my job, and there he was in the post office. How could I ruin his life even more than he had ruined mine? There was only one thing that I could do that came to my petty mind. I gave him dead hand fish shake. I gave him the dead hand fish shake. Dead hand fish shake. Oh, that finally set him straight.
Oh, yeah. I'm on a mission to go dead fishing and ruin his life. I'm on a mission to go dead fishing and ruin his life. How could this be? How could this ever happen to me? How could this be? How could this happen to me? Thanks for that rhyme. Ooh. Whoa, whoa. Dead fish. It could never get worse than this.
I went back in time to 1945. I found a certain mustachioed someone. He was the leader of the Third Reich. And as I approached him, I knew that it would be the most important destiny that anyone ever could have to change the course of the 21st century. I gave him the double dead fish handshake. That's what I did to him. It was the double dead fish handshake. And he was so surprised. Oh, it hurt. The double dead fish handshake. He almost fainted from shock. It was the double dead fish handshake. And then I was laughing so hard after that. I really got him, and that showed him for sure.
Oh, and because of the butterfly effect, I ceased to exist. But it was still worth it because I stopped all of the atrocities. I don't really care if I gotta sacrifice the existence of me. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That was worth it.
Well, it was definitely worth it. All right.
And as the time travel tremor shook, I couldn't believe that all it took was the double dead fish handshake. Double dead fish handshake. Double dead fish handshake. Double dead fish handshake.
And when I did it, I said, let's keep it going. When I did it, I said, yeet, 'cause you can't stop me. I gave him the dead fish and I said, yeet. Oh, you can't stop me. You're holding my limp hand right now. Yeet. With a yeet, you can't stop me. Woo. Let's take it around again. Oh, but then I was making eyes with the girl of my dreams. I was looking at her,
Oh, no, don't
and she was looking back at me.
Oh, God, no, this is your chance with your crush.
We started walking towards each other. I said, I can't possibly ruin this. But then we stood next to each other. I said, oh no, I feel nervous, and gave her a dead fish. Yeet.
Yeet.
A dead fish.
Oh, this is
A
tragic.
dead fish. And then I shouted yeet because there was no turning back. Dead fish. And then my life was ruined, but I also saved the course of the 21st and 22nd centuries.
Because your crush was a genocidal maniac. Yeet.
Wow.
Wow.
That was okay. Subject matter wise, that was pretty spastic.
The
but,
threads came back together at the end if you followed along for the entire 6-minute song, and I hope that you did.
I mean, really, what I found out,
Don't worry.
for it to be a double dead fish handshake, we're presuming that Hitler gave a dead fish handshake, which I think is probably right.
Oh, I mean,
I
I may have been a little confused that both people were dead fishing and that causes a double dead fish. I was thinking when Michael initially kind of came in and initiated with the idea of a double dead fish handshake that Michael himself is actually going in with two limp hands.
Michael?
Me?
Like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like you're meeting a European diplomat. You want to
like
shake
you're
both
doing-
hands at
You know
once.
when you clasp a hand?
when you do a
Is that what
hand
you're talking
like
about?
a hand clasp.
Okay.
Are both the
Like a meeting of
two
French model.
individual shakers going in with the dead fish, or are you extending two limp hands yourself?
It would be one person extending two hands.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Okay.
There's this game
Good.
that we used
That's
to
what I was
play.
picturing.
Not to stay on this too long. And by the way, we will cut that down. Don't worry.
While Michael's
We're
telling
gonna
the story,
abridge it.
Andrew, show the 4 choices.
Oh yeah, you guys need
If
to vote on
you
these.
vote for the dead fish handshake, don't worry, it won't be 8 minutes long. We'll clean up some of the technicalities about.
And we will get a tight top
Double dead
40
fish.
hit called Double Dead Fish.
But here are our
Handshake
options,
that
guys.
will also be
so
garbage.
to vote, click on the I in the top right corner of the stream and vote for your
Is
favorite.
that right? We have a card set up, and
Okay.
so the card will say, the card on this stream will say song 1, song 2, song 3, song 4.
If you vote for number 1, you're voting for the Flat Earth song. If you're voting for number 2, you're voting for Ghosts Are Getting Bigger. If you're voting for number 3, you're voting for Being Obsessed with Dolphins.
I'm obsessed.
If you're
with
voting for number
dolphins.
4, it's about getting dead fish handshakes
Dead
and giving dead
fish.
fish handshakes as revenge and as a time travel situation.
Yeah, we might have
Wow.
to choose 3 out of 8 of those concepts.
Okay,
But
that's your 4
still have to do
choices.
So please pop in your votes. and-
Zatramander's asking how to vote. There's like a little eye up in the. It's a card. It's a YouTube card that's attached to this stream. It looks like a little eye if it hasn't expanded yet. Probably in the upper right hand of the stream.
If you are just commenting 1, 2, 3, or 4 in this chat, your vote will not be counted. You
Dave
got to click on the
Awesome.
eye. Click on the eye.
Username Dave Awesome. I appreciate that you like Double Dead Fish Handshake, but to count your vote, put it in the card.
Put
man.
it in the card.
Click the
You don't see
eye.
you don't see the card Happy Meal TM. You click the I and then it'll expand, I believe.
And then come back to see what happens to this totally.
It's the letter I.
garbage
It's
song.
not a human eye. It's the letter I. It's
Song-
like an information.
Yeah, to repeat, yes, 4 was dead fish, 3 was dolphins, 2 was ghosts are growing bigger, having to do with technicalities about cartilage, etc. 1 was about the flat earth and gravity conspiracies, that both are conspiracies against us.
It seems like everyone's found the card. Please vote in the next couple of minutes. If you haven't watched it already, watch our finished garbage song from last week about millennials killing everything. It just went up on the channel. I think
Yeah, go on youtube.com/moyoho.
a bit of
and-
housekeeping. I don't think we're going to do a garbage song next week because Evan and I are going to be traveling. But watch out for a new episode of Songify the News in the next couple weeks and the finished version of this song.
And we just added YouTube memberships. If you want to get all the songs, like we just send out a link to download, and
That means
like
you can
emotes.
join our channel as a supporter, and for somewhere between like a few and $5 a month. But I think there are tiers to it. There will be
No tears,
eventually.
yes.
Right now it's at $5, I think. And if you support us at that level, you get all the music we compose from our videos for free, and other tidbits that only members can see, behind the scenes stuff, information about like what videos we're doing and stuff like that.
By tears, he means tears of joy. Tears of joy, yeah. I saw someone asking about voting on mobile. I think you should be able to vote on mobile. Look in the corner of your screen and look for the eye and touch it with your finger.
Yeah, you might have to, maybe if you tap on the video.
Yeah,
the eye
tap
might appear.
around and see the eye. Expand it, vote with your finger. The power of your digit. It's a powerful power that humans have. And to tell the dead fish story, there's a game we play called Fish. No, it's what is it? Dead fish?
Fish, not a dead fish.
Fish, not a dead fish. You just shake hands with your friend, and you tell them what handshake you're going to give them. So let's do an example.
A fish or not a dead fish?
Not a dead fish.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a fish.
Okay.
And then
Oh,
you can
we both lie.
You can either be lying or you
worked.
can tell the truth. Either is allowed, and
Yeah.
it's a really fun
You can
game
bluff.
to play with your friends.
We both just bluffed.
It's so
pretty
fun.
expected for our first run. We both bluffed, so I gave him a dead fish, which probably felt weird for him.
So
There's
thanks so
no
much
winner
for,
in that
Thanks so
game.
much for coming to Garbage. Well, everybody's a winner.
I think
guess
we should,
everyone's a
guys.
winner.
I think we should still stream next Wednesday, even if we can't be in this setup. Let's figure out a way to stream. We can connect with our fans. We'll mess around, do whatever.
We got a new member.
Hey,
Thanks, look at
look
this
at
goat.
this
I
goat.
did look at the goat.
Wow.
All right, well, we'll send you
try
that
to see
link,
next
goat.
week. It might not be an official Garbage Songs, but thanks for coming to this Garbage Song. We're excited to see who you voted for or what song you voted for, so we can make it another song. And watch out in the next couple weeks for the next edition of Garbage Songs.
1, 2, 1, 2. It's garbage songs. Ooh, it's garbage songs. Ooh, it's garbage songs. You kick it off and help out with the words, and we'll make the worst songs that you've ever heard. It's garbage songs. Let's go again. Whoa, it's garbage songs. Oh yeah, yeah. It's garbage songs. You kick it off and help out with the words, and we'll make the worst songs that you ever heard. Big finish. Oh, it's garbage songs. Whoa.
Thanks for the rhymes. Thanks for the other random comments and the memories and the memories and the disco lights. And next time we'll have the bubbles too.